everybody, welcome back to Rocket Boy Reviews. I'm in yet another AMG GT. I love AMGs in general. As you guys know, I'm a huge Mercedes fanboy. This is the GTC version, which basically just means convertible. Very cool car. Really curious how this car is compared to the GTS. I will let you guys know which one I like more by the end of the video, since I have now done the two different cars. Stay tuned. This one's going to be fun as well. Let's talk a little bit of the history of the Mercedes GT. So this car is the predecessor to the AMG SLS, which came obviously before this. They entered production, I believe, in 2014 because they had the AMG Blacks, 2012, something like that. These cars came out in 2015 with they first started with the GTS. Very nice car, but it's predecessor to the AMG SLS, which was one of the best cars I think Mercedes has ever made, with that beautiful 6.2 liter naturally aspirated engine. Absolutely ridiculous. Which that car was the predecessor to the 300 Gullwing, which is now a multi-million-dollar car. Absolutely beautiful, and that's why they had those Gullwing doors. That's a little bit of a hats off to the Gullwing, but very, very cool. Okay, let's talk a little bit of the performance. Oh, little pops and bangs. Let's talk about, ooh, that's a nice GT3. Anyways, let's talk about the performance of the GTC. This car factory has 550 horsepower, but this car has the Rentec R1 package, making just about 680 horsepower. You definitely feel it when you put your foot down. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this car is nuts. And then the Rentec R1 package also opens up everything, so you get way more pops and bangs. Oh, so crisp. Love this thing. So transmission of this AMG, pretty much just like every other AMG, this is a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Maybe not every other one. The GT line, I know it always has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Very, very good transmission. Super easy shifting. Bang, bang. Super fast shifting as I like it. You downshift, you hear those little pops. Those were some loud ones, holy jeez. Oh, I didn't do it this time. There we go. Super loud pops, love this engine. Just those the transmission and the engine pair are so good together. Such a good, it's just amazing platform. Merc, I think, has one of the best double clutch transmissions, but not the best as in the smoothest, but one of the best as in like a driving experience. They just give you a way better driving experience with these double clutch transmissions because you can actually feel them shifting and they kind of kick a little bit, and I definitely do like that a lot. Okay, stepping in the interior of this beautiful Mercedes, door just opens up like this. You're welcome with a very nice kind of like whitish beige interior. Very nice looking seats. Love those a lot. Stepping in, again, big door sill. Ugh. Stepping in with a very nice, pretty much like regular, well, I mean not regular, but a lot of AMGs have this same steering wheel. Very nice steering wheel anyways. I love those dials, by the way. Physical dials on a 2018. Absolutely love that. Very big center console, very far away from your passenger, but a very thick center console at that. This is basically the same car as the GTS, other than the drop top, which obviously is right here, but it isn't down right now. But very nice car. Overall, I love this color of interior. So nice. Very cool car. All right, so while I'm in here, I might as well do a startup. Starter button's actually right there, not like a conventional push or a key or anything. Start her up. Oh, wow. And you can put the valves open too. Instantly hear the difference. What a car. So let's talk about the comfort of this car, and I'm just going to say I'm not impressed. These seats are very, very hard, and they're quite uncomfortable. The GTS had really, really nice comfortable seats. Same with the C63. Pretty much all the Mercs that I've driven all have really comfortable seats, and this just isn't. I don't know why. This is a newer car than the GTC, or the GTS I drove. The GTS, I believe, is a 2015 or 2016. This is a 2018, and the seats are just not there for me. They just aren't good. So I'm just gonna say this car is not as comfortable as I would like it to be. Apparently, well, this is a Grand Tour car. That's why it's called a GT AMG. It's a Grand Tour car, and for a Grand Tour car, these seats are not comfortable. If I own this car, I would be wanting to drive it like 300, 400 kilometers and back each way, and I wouldn't want to have a problem. Wouldn't want to have any back issues, and I don't feel the same in this car. The GTS, definitely, you could drive pretty much wherever you want and you'd be completely fine, but with this, I'm not feeling it. Okay, so what I like about this car, I love the steering wheel and how light the steering is. That's never a bad thing. You know, everybody's crazy about, you know, harsh, you know, really race steering, but I like how this car has light steering and you don't feel like you're like, you know, turning over something that's made out of wood. I like that, especially in a GT car. That's not too bad. I also really like the infotainment system's really easy to work with. That's really nice too. The dials are all easily laid out, all actual analog dials. I love analog dials. You still get that feel of the olden days, I guess you could say. The top down's actually really cool too. I know you guys saw it in a little sound clip that I had that I was flying by with the top down. I love the look of this car with the top down. I actually think it looks better with the top down than the top up, to be completely honest. Yeah, just really nice car overall. Power delivery's right there. It is very snappy though. When you switch gears, it does kind of slide just a tiny bit, just to let you know that you still have a lot of power under that hood, I guess. But not a bad driving experience overall. Very, very low to the ground, and honestly, I do kind of like low cars. You just feel like you're in that, you know, racy kind of nature. Very nice car, but yeah, do I like it more than GTS? I guess we'll find that out by the end of the video. Okay, so what I don't like about this car, I don't like how it's snappy. With the GTS, it was a little bit different because it was a stock car. This car has almost 700 horsepower, pretty much. So the gear shifting does seem very, very, very snappy than what it was on the GTC, and that's because of that horsepower difference. Because, you know, the horsepower comes on, you guys are falling down just a little bit. The horsepower comes on and snaps a lot quicker because they have that extra 150 horsepower, or more than that. Almost about 150 extra horsepower. You have to feel that. As I said in the comfort part of the section 2, these seats are really uncomfortable. And that's, honestly, I don't know if you guys will say, like, there's different seats or something, but these seats that I'm sitting in right now are very uncomfortable. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of these seats. It doesn't ruin the experience for me, but it definitely makes me kind of, I don't know, I would need other seats. These seats don't work for me. Everything else pretty much is very, very nice. The car is very bumpy, but that's because of the modified suspension. It's lowered on those with those rotiform wheels, and it's also got, I believe, coilovers or springs. It's got something. It's very low to the ground though. Clearance is pretty terrible, but that's because the car is lowered. It's all aftermarket. Yeah, but that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all that I don't like about this car. But it's just the seats. The seats is what kind of ruins it for me, if I'm going to be completely honest. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today's video on the Mercedes-AMG GTC. I had a lot of fun. Really, really cool car. Again, thank you so much to Jack, the owner, for letting me have these experiences with his different cars. I believe I have done, well, I'm going to be doing, I don't know if this car will come before or after the last one, but he has 4 cars that he's letting me review. So big thank you to him, and in particular for letting me review his beautiful collection of cars. You guys will see obviously all of his cars in the future in different videos, but obviously I'll be putting all of his information down into the description, so please give him a follow, because that's what helps me get these awesome experiences. As I said before, this is what I love driving cars. Doesn't have to be supercars, but I love driving cars in general. So I'm really happy that you guys are here along for the ride. Definitely helped me get to almost at 500 subs pretty much. I think I'm almost at like 400 something at the time of filming. So help me get to 500. I got a big 500 sub special, big rally that I went to a year ago, I think, almost a year ago. That's gonna be the 500 sub special, so definitely something to look forward to. Big question, do I like this car more than the GTS? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say no. The GTS I still like more, and I love that this car is a convertible. I don't have a single problem with the convertible. I actually rather this car with a convertible than the hardtop GTS. The only thing that ruins it for me is these seats. That's the only thing. I love the power. If this car, or the GTS, had the car that I drove had the Rentec package, that would be like an unbelievable car. This car has a Renntech package, as I said before, but it's really only these seats that that are bothering me. I'm just driving this car for about an hour, and my back actually hurts quite a bit. But that's just me. These cars, or these seats, probably are different. I don't know. I don't know if these are comfort seats or sport seats, race seats. They feel like race seats. They're definitely not comfort seats. The other one, the GTS that I drove, was comfort seats. But for a GT car, I would definitely like not race seats. Definitely want comfort seats. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again. Definitely look out for that 500 sub special when I hit that. Please help get me to 500 sub. Like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And as usual, have an amazing day.